Hello, my name is Nicholas McGrath. For my discussion video, I am answering the question, to what extent did English colonists create a new society, and to what extent did they reproduce old European patterns? My answer to this question is that English colonists created a society that was still partly new, but still carried a lot of old European patterns. The colonies gave many white male settlers more chances for land ownership, self-government, and religious freedom than they had in England. But the colonists also brought over more oppressive ideas like hierarchy, patriarchy, religious control, and forced labor. One way the colonists created something new was through land. In England, land was mostly controlled by the elites, but in America, more ordinary white men had a chance to own their own land and more control over their labor, and in many colonies, the right to vote. Programs like Virginia's head right system gave some settlers an opportunity to get land and build a more independent life for themselves. The colonists also developed new political traditions. Virginia created the House of Burgesses, the very first elected assembly in colonial America, and in the Puritan towns in New England, they practiced self-government by elected officials and creating schools and churches and town decisions. These were not fully democratic systems, but they created a strong tradition of a more representative government. Wealthy planters in Virginia and Maryland became the elite, like the upper classes in England. Women also stayed unequal under the system of coverture, which limited the legal rights of married women, so most women were expected to obey their husbands and raise children, showing that the English colonists continued to use those old European patterns. The colonists also continued using their unfair labor systems. Many workers came as indentured servants and gave up their freedom for years in exchange for passage to America. Later, plantation owners relied on enslaved Africans more and more, especially in the Chesapeake, which meant that more opportunity and freedom for some colonists depended on the loss of freedom and opportunity for other colonists. In conclusion, English colonists did create a new society in some ways, like through self-government and religion, but they also brought over many of the same problems from Europe, like social inequality, male-dominated authority, limits on religion, the taking of the native land, and forced labor. Thank you for listening.